Welcome to the weather for the week ahead from the Met Office. It's going to be dry and sunny for the vast majority. Very warm, a bit warmer than last week, but not as hot as it was over the weekend. Here's the bigger picture. High pressure is still dominating, but instead of being to the northwest of the UK, like it was last week, it's now just moving back to be to the north. However, with the winds going round high pressure clockwise, it will start to bring in a bit more of an easterly flow again as we go through the week. Now, that doesn't mean the east is going to see strong winds and be much cooler. It just means generally the air will get a little cooler as we go through this week. So temperatures will just drop by a smidge, but generally it is, as I say, going to be warmer than last week. Let's take a look at the temperature profile. We're starting with very warm and humid air across the country to start the week, hence why we're seeing some thunderstorms. But it's a subtle shift, but those oranges do tone down as we go through the week as the slightly cooler air, slightly fresher air comes in from the east. So temperatures, as I say, will be dropping off just a little bit, but generally still well above average for the time of year. So Tuesday's temperatures across the south, high 20s, 30 Celsius somewhere, pretty likely, whereas that eastern side again will be a little cooler, but around 10, even 12 degrees warmer than it was when we had the easterlies with all the cloud a couple of weeks ago. Fast forward to Thursday, and we've still got those temperatures in the low to mid-20s in the east, but elsewhere they've just dropped off by a little bit, back into the mid-20s generally. So it's not a huge shift, but you'll also notice, I suspect, it won't be feeling quite as humid as the week goes on. OK, let's put some detail on day by day. We'll start with Tuesday, where that humid air is still in place, and so there is a continued risk of some thunderstorms. Heavy showers through Monday night fading, but then we could see some developing again through the day, particularly for the west of Northern Ireland and the western half of Scotland. That's where we've got the greatest risk, and there is a Met Office warning in place. The vast majority, though, dry and sunny sums up Tuesday, and we've already seen the temperatures. Now, that area of high pressure is still in place as we go into Wednesday, and so not a great deal is going to have changed. The air is getting, as we've seen, slightly cooler, so perhaps not quite as warm, certainly in the east on Wednesday morning compared to other mornings, perhaps a more comfortable night for sleeping. But again, the vast majority looking dry and sunny. We could start to see a little bit more mist around these North Sea coasts, some har there for eastern Scotland, and just like on Tuesday, it could be a bit misty around the coast of Shetland. The small chance of a shower or two over northwest Scotland, potentially even a thunderstorm, but it is just a diminishing risk at this stage. The vast majority dry and sunny, and those temperatures just a degree or so down, but still in the south we could get to 28 or 29 degrees Celsius, so still very warm and humid. Now, by the time we get to Wednesday night and into Thursday, that area of high pressure is just really re-establishing itself, and we've got a bit more of that easterly drift with the winds going clockwise around that area of high pressure. So again, just those temperatures a degree or so down. Still enough humidity and enough moisture to perhaps generate a shower in the west, so Northern Ireland may be at risk, a very small chance of seeing one over Wales. I suspect the vast majority will again just be dry and fine with hazy sunshine. But again, those temperatures just a degree or so down, but still well above the average. And, well, it's more of the same by the time we get to Friday, really. That area of high pressure, it's a fairly weak one. Not a lot of isobars on the chart, which means there's not a lot of flow. So things just not really changing very much. Always that east coast susceptible at times maybe to some mist or low cloud, har or fret. And again, here it will be as warm as the rest of the country, but most places dry. In the west, where we've still got some humidity, the chance of one or two scattered showers, but I suspect they'll be very well scattered. Most places just staying dry and sunny with temperatures in the mid-20s. As for beyond that, well, the high does look like maybe relinquishing its grip a little bit, and there is an area of low pressure down to the southwest. That increases the chance of showers into the southwest during the weekend, but a lot to play for before we get there. I suspect for most it'll stay warm and fine for much of the weekend. But we'll have more details on that as we get closer to it, so make sure you stay up to date with the very latest. Best way to do that if you're watching on YouTube is to hit like and subscribe, but of course you can follow us right across social media.